Hello students, in today's video I want to teach you one of the most important skills, realizing the material advantage. Take a look at the position in front of you where white is a pawn up and wants to convert their advantage. I was always praised for having excellent technique in this and would like to reveal my secrets. It all starts with ultra prophylactic thinking, where you identify ways opponent create dynamic play or can create dynamic play. In this position, I was evaluating that my opponent, if ever, could be creating some tactical opportunities and counterplay by playing f6 or d4. The idea of d4 would be to combine the queen with the bishop and creating a battery, and perhaps a5, b4. These are the dangers in the position. I would say that my king is a little bit shaky as well if the position opens up. I'm trying always to reach as many safe, stable constructions as possible where my pieces are not susceptible to tactics. This involves getting them protected, blocking opponent's pass pawns, having a safe king, etc. Paralyzing your opponent's pieces by forcing them to defend is also a good way of preventing counterplay. And last but not least, use the opportunities to liquidate pieces. So in this position, I started with bishop to d4, which already makes position way more calmer or way more static. Take a look. I'm sort of neutralizing f6. Even if it gets a5, b4, c3 is more guarded. I'm neutralizing the black's queen, which was threatening to take on f4. And also d4 pawn break is no longer available. Such moves are taking away counterplay from your opponent, so that's what makes really you a more technical player. It's not about winning in the least amount of moves, but rather winning by giving least amount of counterplay. My opponent played king e7. I use my ultra prophylactic senses. He wants rook h8, so I played bishop d3 with winning a tempo by hitting the queen, and king g2 in order to meet rook h8 with the move rook to h1. So there is neutralization of their possible counterplay along the h file. They play bishop h6, I play g5, that's where I have the majority that I hope to push in the endgame. After bishop g7, we have massive trades, and the liquidation phase starts. Because there's only one open file, usually rooks can easily be swapped along the file, because that's the only place where rooks are going to be active. I have queen d1 as well, and if they ever want to avoid exchanges, what they have to do is allow me to infiltrate. They move like queen f8 and try to keep running away from me. I will just play g6 and likely have a deadly attack against the black's king. So we're trading into an endgame where I'm a pawn up, and I'm very confident that this is an easy victory for me. Nevertheless, let me show you a couple of moves. Another, I think, beautiful move is bishop b6, achieving one more stable construction. Here they could play b4 and the king could sometimes be invading. Yes, I could perhaps drop the bishop back and control those light square gaps that the opponent's king could be using to invade, but I like bishop b6 because it fixes the pawn structure on making this bishop even worse on the light squares, and also the king has no chance of invading. The only way is through the dark square c5, and as long as I have the bishop controlling that, or even if it gets ever exchanged, the pawn will do that, and the gaps are filled. The king has nowhere to invade on the queen side. So a few moves later, I start pushing my majority 3 versus 2 on the king side. The pawn on e6 is doomed, and my opponent is resigning. If that was valuable, consider hiring me as your personal online chess coach. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next class. Bye-bye.